we're here at Magwaza and at oThongathi, where the minister and the deputy minister are here to oversee the handing out of ID documents following the tornado that hit this place last month. A lot of people lost essential documents in this area where the tornado hit. A lot of people, their IDs were lost and their birth certificates, but the minister and the deputy minister are here to oversee that. We'll hear from the minister today, Dr. Leon Schreiber. Just tell us about your visit today. Is this the first area you're going to visit? How many other areas, as the tornado didn't hit Magwaza only?
Yeah, so we're visiting 2 shelter areas today where people are being housed who have been affected by really what is a devastating scene. I mean, if you can see the devastation that came through in such a short time, then you can understand the impact that this has had on people's lives and really their dignity. I mean, you lose your house, 12 people lost family members here, and many cases lost the vital documents that we are here to restore to them today. So I think it's a signal from the Department of Home Affairs that we care about the dignity of citizens, that, you know, for you to lose your identity is something, your identity document is something that touches you very closely, because there are also many economic opportunities and access to services that are linked to that. So what you see here today is not the start of the process. It started immediately after the disaster with collecting the details of people who needed these documents, then going through internal processes to make sure that we can waive the fees for this, because many people here lost everything and are not able to pay for these new documents. So the things they're getting today are handed out at no cost to them. And then, of course, to make sure that we use the mobile facilities that you see behind me to come and deliver the documents and capture everything securely. So it was wonderful for me this morning to be able to hand out some of these documents, see people being excited to get it back, the opportunities that they can now access again using these vital pieces of paper and plastic that make such a big impact on our lives. And even though Home Affairs cannot address the massive need that people have here with housing and with immediate needs as well, we can address on this particular side. And so I'm proud that we can be here today and say, as a department, we care about you, and we'll continue to roll these out in similar areas across the country.
Minister, do we know the number of people who applied or those who have yet to apply for documents? And is it open today for those who didn't get a chance to apply for their documents back then?
Yes, so we've already picked up a couple of people here who did not previously fill in those details, so we can capture that as well. And then we're looking at over 70 people that are actually getting their documents, a lot of others that are able to check the information. It's just a great opportunity now actually to make sure that we address all of those needs, and we can do that because we've got the technology here. It's something that I've been really pushing and that the Deputy Minister and I will be driving going forward, to make sure that we harness the opportunities of technology, make sure we've got connectivity, not only at our physical offices, but also in areas that we can roam around, and make sure we use what the 21st century offers us in terms of technology.
Minister, speaking of technology, we all know that in some cases Home Affairs offices are always offline, and people have been complaining about that. Is there probably plans to fix the system, upgrade the system just to get it efficient?
We're looking very closely at that, and I've said from day one that I would like to be the Minister of Home Affairs where the system is online, not offline. I think these are some of the things that are fixable. Again, we live in 2024, we've got artificial intelligence now in the world, and we should be able to get our connectivity up and running. So absolutely, it's one of the first things that we've been requesting briefings on, getting information so that we can put together a plan, identify what exactly are the problems, because sometimes there's more than one and there are some layers to these issues, but then most importantly, getting quick timelines for a plan to address this. So I would say watch this space. There's no magic wand to solve these things overnight. If there was, I promise you I would have waved it already. But just have a look at our progress over time, and I think you find that even Home Affairs, where a lot of people have become really quite negative about the department, if we can demonstrate progress on things like the system being more reliable and more stable, I think South Africans can start feeling hope again that things can improve in this country going forward.
Thank you. Let's just rope in the Deputy Minister, Mr. Njabulo Nzuza. we're here just to give people their documents, but we've been doing stories of people who don't have ID documents, South Africans who don't have ID documents. I know that Affairs is trying to root out foreigners, undocumented foreigners, but yet we have undocumented South Africans. Are there plans to get South Africans, those who don't have birth certificates and ID documents, to get them registered here in South Africa?
Yes, we actually run a late birth registration process for South Africans who are born of South African parents who qualify to be South Africans, and we run that process by conducting interviews. But the main issue is that yes, we do assist those who already have the problem, but let us stop it from happening to other young people. Let us make sure we register the birth of our babies within 30 days so that every South African that is born has an ID at birth, so that even if your parent pass away, you already have an ID number, you already have a birth certificate. Part of the contributors that we are now making a clarion call for everyone to stop doing. Young people must stop living their children with their grandparents whilst they have not taken identity documents for them, because they curse that particular child. It means that child won't be able to grow up having identity because the parents must take responsibility. Also with the fathers, out of most of the birth certificates that we issue, most of them do not have fathers registered in the birth certificate. So we encourage them to come up. We will continue to run the late birth registration process to make sure that we assist those who are having problems, but also let our citizens also take responsibility by making sure that they register the birth of their babies within 30 days. That will help them have a brighter future moving forward.
Deputy Minister, speaking about problems, we all know that, not that we all know, but there have been some complaints of people whose identity has been sold to foreigners. Are you going to address this issue as well?
Well, mostly it's collusion, unfortunately. If you will see with the situation of the people that we arrested with the passports, where you have a South African who comes in to do a force of swap with an illegal person, that contributes. So all of those who are participating in illegal things, we want to warn them, you must stop doing it, because we will find you. And also even those who enter into marriages of convenience and then later come back and say, no, I don't know how I got married. We then discover that you were there because we take your fingerprints. That's an illegal activity. People must stop doing so that we break that collusion that happens. Illegal foreigners will not be getting South African identity documents if we are not being assisted by South African. So we must stop that, get to the bottom of it. But our own officials who are involved in doing wrong things, we've been arresting them. We'll continue to arrest them.